So, as many of you know, I have been coming pretty hard at a lot of these stock YouTubers, and I think that my criticism has been very fair, especially considering the fact that many of your favorite YouTubers went from being super bullish on the market in 2021 to being super bearish on the market in 2022, simply because the meme rally and the crazy stock market bubble that we were in, and with everything running to these crazy valuations, simply because all of that is over. All of the crazy gains are over. The bull market is over for the time being, and we are now in the bear market. And I've been calling a lot of these YouTubers out, and now I'm going to play you guys pretty soon a video by one of the greatest investors ever, who is Charlie Munger. And when it comes to who you should be following, I know YouTubers are more popular than the traditional media and some of these investors because they're old and frankly, they're boring. And I get it. However, one thing I respect about Charlie Munger compared to these YouTubers is not only does Charlie Munger absolutely know what he's talking about, but Charlie Munger has been consistent pretty much his entire life, as has Warren Buffett. As opposed to some of these YouTubers who last year were, we're going to the moon, AMC to the moon, Lemonade to the moon, SoFi to the moon, all that, to, oh, we're in a bear market. Oh, now a recession is coming. Now I went from being a stock picking YouTuber to an economist. Oh, never mind. I'm not an economist. Now I'm a politician. Now I'm a politician who can predict. Now I'm a war expert. Now I can predict what the market's going to do because of the war in Ukraine. I mean, these YouTubers have just lost their minds. And so, thankfully, Charlie Munger had an interview today with Yahoo Finance, and he set the record straight with straight up optimism, consistency, and just real honest truth and good advice. So I'm going to play this clip, and then I'm going to give my opinion.
What are your thoughts on going to cash today and waiting for better opportunities to deploy that cash over the next 12 months? Is it a sensible idea in your mind?
In my whole adult life, I've never hoarded cash waiting for better conditions. I've just invested in the best thing I could find. And I don't think I'm going to change now. And the Daily Journal's used up its cash. Now, Berkshire has excess cash, quite a bit of excess cash. But it's not doing that because thinks it knows how to time investments. It just can't find anything it can stand buying. So we don't have a solution to your problem. We're just coping with it as I've described.
So there you have it, straight from the guru's mouth. Keep in mind, guru, the real guru, not some of these fake gurus on YouTube, but an actual real guru who has history behind him to show that he's consistently beaten the market and done well. So Charlie Munger said everything that you all need to know when it comes to this investing thing. Regardless of all these YouTubers who try to make these sophisticated videos about the economics and the recessions and the gold and what Peter Schiff is saying, and you guys know my favorite phrase, all of these idiosyncrasies and secret societies and philosophies and astrologies and Pakanathanes and astronomies, all these big words trying to sound smart. Charlie Munger keeps it very simple. He says, hey, we can't predict the future. We're not trying to predict the future. The reason why we have so much cash is because we just don't really see any good deals right now. And the only time we deploy cash is when we see good deals in stocks. We don't care what's going on in the outside world. We don't care about all these economic fears and all these people spreading FUD on the media and all that. If we find a stock and we think it's undervalued versus its future prospects and what we think it should be worth, then we're going to buy the stock. And that's the greatest lesson ever. That's all you guys need to know. So ignore all these FUD people on YouTube who keep flip-flopping every day and just focus on what Charlie Munger said. Find companies that you strongly believe will do well in the next 3 to 5 to 10 years and that you believe could possibly be undervalued right now. I mean, we did just have a correction, and a lot of great companies are still at much lower valuations than they were in 2021, that's for sure. So instead of being fearful and scared and holding all of your cash because you think that the market's going to have a recession, or you think that Russia is going to invade Ukraine, or you think that a big meteor is going to strike the earth, or you think that robots are going to take over, or you think some other crazy thing like a zombie apocalypse, instead of trying to predict the future, which time and time again, we now know that you can't do, you should follow the Charlie Munger approach. Just find stocks that you really like and that you really believe in and put some money into them. That's it. And if you don't see anything that you like, then hold your cash until you find it. That's it. It's that simple. That is great advice. Great advice. Way better than these YouTubers with these 20-minute long videos with these whiteboards. Here's why the housing market's going to crash. Here's why the stock market's going to crash. It's over. The world's over. Here's why a meteor is going to strike the Earth. Because if you look at the ecumenical epicenter of the diameter versus the circumference, you can see. Matter of fact, let me go pull up the Bloomberg terminal. If you look at the Bloomberg terminal, the Doomberg terminal, foolishness. Stop listening to these people. Like, share, and subscribe.